I'm just trying to finish high school without being homeless, I replied, focusing on making sandwiches rather than looking at her. You were never going to be homeless, she scoffed. You're so dramatic. I bit my tongue to keep from pointing out that they were the ones who kicked me out. Instead, I just carried the plates of food to the dining room for my siblings. The rest of the day was awkward but manageable. My dad mostly ignored me, which was fine by me. At 6 p.m. exactly, my grandmother's car pulled up outside. I hugged my siblings goodbye, promising to return next weekend. As I was walking out the door, my mom called after me. Don't forget to bring your babysitting money next time. I turned, confused. What babysitting money? She rolled her eyes. The $500 you owe us for stealing our credit card. I was about to argue but decided it wasn't worth it. I just nodded and left. In the car, I told my grandmother what happened. She looked angry but didn't say anything until we were halfway home. Your mother always did have a selective memory, she finally said. She seems to have forgotten all the money they saved using you as a nanny for 5 years. I was surprised. My grandmother had never criticized my parents in front of me before. It felt good to have someone else see the unfairness of the situation. Life at my grandparents' house quickly fell into a new routine. I went to school, worked fewer shifts at the coffee shop, and spent more time on homework. My grades started improving almost immediately. On weekends, I visited my siblings as agreed, though I dreaded the interactions with my parents. The credit card issue was resolved when my grandfather insisted on paying it off himself, saying it was worth every penny to get me out of that toxic environment. I promised to pay him back, but he waved away my concerns. A month after moving in with my grandparents, I got some unexpected news at school. My English teacher, Mrs. Rodriguez, asked me to stay after class. She showed me an essay I'd written about family dynamics and told me it was one of the best pieces she'd read from a student. Have you thought about applying for college scholarships? She asked. With your writing skills and grades, you could qualify for some good ones. I admitted I hadn't really been thinking about college lately, given everything going on in my personal life. Mrs. Rodriguez gave me information about several scholarship opportunities specifically for students who had overcome adversity. She even offered to help with my applications. For the first time in months, I felt hopeful about my future. I started researching colleges and scholarships with renewed enthusiasm. My grandparents were supportive, helping me navigate the applications and even taking me on campus tours to a few nearby universities. My parents, however, were less than thrilled when they found out. During one of my weekend visits, my dad saw me working on a scholarship essay on my laptop. College? He scoffed. What a waste of money. You should be saving up to get your own place instead of mooching off your grandparents. I ignored him and kept typing. This just made him angrier. You know we're not paying for any of it, right? He said. Not a single penny. I looked up at him calmly. I know. I'm applying for scholarships and financial aid. He seemed disappointed that his statement hadn't upset me more. He walked away muttering something about ungrateful kids thinking they're too good for honest work. The scholarship applications took up most of my free time for weeks. Mrs. Rodriguez reviewed my essays, and my grandparents helped me gather all the required documents. By the spring, I had submitted applications to 6 different colleges and over a dozen scholarship programs. The first acceptance letter came on a Tuesday in April. I got into State University with a partial scholarship. I was thrilled, but it still wasn't enough to cover all the costs. I kept hoping for better news from the other schools. That same